This dish is Wow Zesty Basil Pasta. It is dedicated to Sue, my customer who ate it every week for a year during lockdown. I think it was probably every week. She loved it, and I hope that one day she will be watching this film and learning how to do it for herself, although she might just have liked having dinner done by somebody else. We all like that. We're starting with pan frying some broccoli, so I've cut 4 or 5 pieces. I'm making enough for 2 here. So I've cut 4 or 5 pieces, each small little pieces, and they're going into the overhead pan. Oh, they're going into the pan and they're going to be watched by the overhead camera. So we've got those going just as we measure out the sauce. So it's very simple sauce. It's made with oat milk. I made it with soya milk before, wasn't so sure about it. 450 grams of oat milk. I haven't tried it with barista stuff, Oatly stuff. I'm making it here with, this is Aldi, isn't it? An Aldi brand. Yeah, so I think that will be absolutely fine, whatever you use, but avoid anything with sugar added. That won't be right at all. This is really zesty and lemon and basil and garlic and creamy sauce, so it doesn't want sugar in there at all. In here I've got 75 grams of cashew nuts. This is a sage bullet. Along with my Magimix, this is the only bit of kit I've got. So that now has become ground cashew nuts. So I used to actually make the sauce and then grind it in the Magimix as a liquid, and there was liquid everywhere. So I just thought, why am I doing that? I just grind the nuts raw, don't soak them or anything, and pop them in. So let's just get the end of those in there. Waste not, want not. So yes, I've got the ground cashews here. And that now is so powdery. That Sage Bullet is an amazing machine. I can recommend that. That brand is fab. In fact, that brand was recommended to me by a lady in Lakeland in Windermere who said, don't get anything else, just get that because they're brilliant. And I thank her and applaud her. I was going to just about buy something else. So keep moving the broccoli around like that. Into this sauce, we're putting some nutritious yeast. This is the Bosch brand, bless their hearts. They've done well getting their stuff into these supermarkets. 1½ tablespoons. Then we've got some of this French mustard. I've said before, you know, a lot about cheaper ingredients. We're going 1½ teaspoons in here. This is not the cheapest ingredient in terms of French mustard, but I wouldn't buy anything else because it's got some proper flavour and body to it. Pop that in there, get him out of the way. Generally when I'm working, I move things away that I've dealt with, because it just keeps my mind a little bit clearer. 1½ tablespoons of lemon. And if you've got a clear mind and you're moving things away that you've used, you just know that you've got everything in. We're putting the thickening agent straight into this sauce. It's a tablespoon of corn flour. By the way, when I made this professionally, I did this in the morning, and this sauce just sat here, and then in the afternoon and evening service, I would then be able to just heat it straight through in a pan, throw the pasta in, and off we went. I can smell the broccoli cooking, charring on the outside, so keep an eye on it. Make sure you look after your fingers on a grater. Grating in a couple of cloves of garlic. If you're going for anything like a creamy cheesy sauce in vegan cuisine, lemon, garlic, nutritious yeast, that's your starting and your ending point really. So we've got this now just on the back, so let's get all of that garlicky goodness into there. Again, moving everything over. Now if we just have a look on the overhead camera, that broccoli is done. We're getting a little bit of char on it. Actually, it might look a little bit over to you. I quite like it like that, so I will persist with that. I think I will. Should I redo that? Yes, I'm going to redo it. So what we're going to do is just tip that there, because frankly I will eat that later. That's just gone a bit over for you guys. So let's just get a little bit more out. You know, I like broccoli with that kind of colour, but I'm not sure everybody will. So let's just go a little bit more here. So I'm doing my broccoli spears with my diagonal tips on. So we can see them going into the pan again now. Getting rid of that. We've got some olive oil going in as well. So, you know, if you're not sure that you've done something right, you know, you can just chuck it away. But if it's vegan food, it's usually edible really, unless it's completely burnt. But let's just get that going again. That's that. And then into this sauce, we're adding some basil. We're going to top the finished dish with some basil leaves. So I'm picking some larger leaves to shred, about 10, going into the sauce. He's not so happy, is he? And make sure I wash this broccoli this time. We've got those there. I'll pick some more off to top the dish later. Let's pop him over there. So again, with herbage, you don't want to make too many cuts really. Didn't spot that tip, that's not quite right there. Get rid of brown. I must admit, I think these basil leaves look a bit funny, but it's probably because of the time of year. You know, we're in March in the Lake District, so I wonder where it comes from. So this is nicely shredded now, and he goes into the sauce as well. So that's the sauce, it's done. We're ready. What we want to do now, of course, is to get our pasta cooked. I'm going to go and do that between scenes. And that's there, that's sauce. It's nothing much to look at. It's just milk at the end of the day with a thickener in it, with some basil and garlic and mustard, nutritious yeast. And I'm glad I just did that because we need half a teaspoon of seasoning. So those have gone in. Quick mix around. This is now done, and I haven't burnt this one, although I am actually having a good go at that today. But you want that texture into this dish because you've got soft pasta, creamy sauce, and you want some green anyway, plus you want a bit of something to bite down on, as we always say in this course, increasingly often. So that's it. We're going to move on to cook some pasta, cook that sauce. We're done.